Well, a Pentagon report released Friday finally admits the Department of Defense has used military drones for surveillance operations right here on U.S. soil, something first revealed 3 years ago. The report stressed that all those missions were held in accordance with the law, but did not specify what kind of missions they were. There is, however, one glaring inconsistency, prompting calls from ACLU to revise current drone regulations. Alexey Yaroshevsky reports.
The use of unmanned aircraft or drones to conduct surveillance missions on the U.S. territory first surfaced back in 2013 when then-Director of FBI Robert Mueller testified before the Congress, and he said that such missions have indeed been undertaken in the past. But, he said, on very, very rare and specific occasions. Now, a new report, which was in fact compiled in March last year but only became public last Friday, a report issued by Pentagon Inspector General said that the number of such missions in between 2006 and 2015 amounted to fewer than 20. It's not specified what kind of missions those were, but the report stressed that all those missions were undertaken in full accordance with the country's law. Now, but there's a little stumbling block over here. Now, according to the Pentagon regulations, which it first imposed in 2006 on the use of military drones on the territory of the United States, and these regulations were in fact updated in January 2015. Such flights by unmanned military drones to conduct surveillance and spy operations on the territory of U.S. Soil can only be conducted with a written consent of the Defense Secretary or any of his delegates. Now, in this report, there is a particular part where it says that several of the assistants to Secretary of Defense and Defense Secretaries as well, who have been interviewed in the compiling of this report, noted that such consent was never written. There have been no mention of what kind of missions the military drones conducted on the territory of the United States, but there are a few examples, one of which is when a mayor of an unnamed city asked Marine Corps to get their military drones up in the air to look for a number of potholes in that city, in that mayor's city. That particular request was denied. The Marine Corps said that this had no operational significance, and of course it's worth mentioning that flying a drone costs more than $3,500 an hour. The ACLU analysts responded to the news coming from the Pentagon that they were pretty happy everything was conducted according to the law, judging by what this report said, but still said that the provisions and the regulations still need to be revised. And of course, not to mention that surveillance as it is has been one of the most sensitive issues in the American public for the last couple of years. Alexey Yaroshevsky, RT, reporting outside the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.